Hello YouTube, Coatem3 here again. Another eBay faulty buy. Sega Saturn. There's the box that it came out of. I would have done a video including me unwrapping the box, but I've not got a tripod for the iPhone to hold on to, and I struggled so badly last time with those Turtle Beaches that I just thought I'll skip the unboxing bit and just go straight on to the console out. I've not attempted anything to try and repair it. I've not opened it. Literally just 2 minutes before I started the video, I opened the box and then started recording. Just purely because I struggle like mad with one hand. Okay, so yeah. Sega Saturn, bought it off eBay for £4 I believe, with an additional £5 postage and packaging, so £9 altogether. Fault with it is that it's completely dead, and that's as far as the seller could tell me. Again, I think the seller was a shop more than a person. But I'm honestly, I can't honestly remember the details of the seller. Sorry. So yeah, I don't think this has come from a home, or it might have been traded in. I don't know the history, to be honest. And unfortunately, I've never had a Saturn before. This is my first Saturn I've ever owned. I did rent one once from Blockbuster Video back in the mid-90s. When Blockbuster was still about, and I only played Daytona on it, and I love that game. So yeah, I've been inspired by Retro Gamer and Luke Morsey, so I thought I'd do my own little repair videos as well. You know, might be something new you might learn or whatever. So if I just grab some power and we'll connect it up and see what happens. So just bear me a sec. Again, wobbly camera. We've got power. Press the power button. Nada. Zip. Nothing. So this is obviously going to need opening up, and then we investigate further to what is going off here. I'm led to believe through watching other people's videos that there might be a internal fuse in here that could be blown. So best thing for me to do now is to whop the top off, and then we'll take it from there. So I'll be back in a second. Right, guys. Right, okay, took the lid off. There it is. And look at this. That was unplugged with a big bit of dust underneath it. I've not touched it. That's exactly how it was when I opened it. So weird. So this might go horribly wrong. I might connect this back up and it will go bang. So let's see what happens. Funny thing is, if it does trip the electrics out, you guys are going to get to see it all, because the iPhone's not connected to the power. Okay. Right. This is strange. Why would someone unplug the power? Funny thing is, I've not got a CD to test, so I'm speechless. I don't know what to say about it. Is this here the bypass? There we go. Now that laser is clearly working, so music CD here. That's what happens. Right. This is very strange. Very strange. This is a new one on me. Why would someone disconnect the power? I've got no AV cable to test it out on, to test it to a TV to see what happens, and I haven't got a controller. So I'm at a bit of a I can't go no further stage. So I'll have to be back, guys, when I've got a controller and a TV lead. Right then, guys, back again with the Sega Saturn, and it has got an issue. So I can only assume that someone thought it'd be best, rather than putting the real issue down, that they thought they would open it up and just disconnect the power connector to make it look so it had a power fault rather than the actual fault that it has got. And the actual fault that it's got is that it crashes as soon as it starts to read. So it's obviously got a read issue. I don't think it's going to be the lens, because the lens seems to have a good laser on it, so I think it's just where it comes to reading the information from as it's reading the information from the disk to load to the actual computer itself, to the RAMs and what have you. So I'll show you what happens. See, it's working fine now. You can see it spinning around, but it doesn't matter if it's a music CD, a game CD. I have actually got a game for it now. I've got Daytona, but it doesn't matter what's in it. It could be a game or an audio CD. That's an audio CD that's in there in a minute. As soon as you shut the door, it crashes, and that's all it does. So we have got an issue with this, so I'll open it back up and then we'll take it from there. Right then, guys, got the Saturn taken apart, and I'm thinking that this one may be a bit beyond repair. I think you can probably see quite easily that something's been spilt here in the cartridge slot. If we just grab the back of the cartridge slot, you can see it's where a drink or probably some coffee or something's been spilt in there. Obviously don't know what type of drink. Don't fancy licking it to find out, but as you can see here, it's ran down here, it's come down here next to these chips, and all the way down here, and finishes up here. So what happens is that it's not so much the water that causes the damage, it's the fact is that the electric or the current causes electrolysis, I believe it's called, and basically the water and the electricity corrodes the copper contacts, probably the traces on the board, so the water eats into the board and that's what knackers it. So I'll clean all this off and I'll see if I can see any traces that are damaged, but I think this one's going to be a parts bin only console, unfortunately. So I don't know where this is going to finish, so peace out and I'll see you soon. Right then, guys, well, I've cleaned the board all up. As you can see, there's no more of that liquid that was coming from the cart socket, and I just thought, for shit and giggles, I'll just test out all the capacitors with me capacitor tester, and I found two bad caps, one just here and one just there. I've already swapped them out. These are the bad ones here, and the camera's no way going to zoom into that, but they are the 6.3 volt 47 microfarad capacitors, and they're both gone. So maybe, just maybe, there might be some life left in this bad boy. I did have one of the right capacitors left over from a Game Gear that I repaired. But the other one I had was a 47 microfarad capacitor, but it was I think it's 50 volts, I think, off the top of my head. I can't remember, but I'll put it on. You're okay to go up in voltage, but obviously the microfarads have got to stay the same. You can't go up there, so we're okay with that, even though it's slightly bigger than the other ones. What I'm probably going to have to do is I'm going to probably have to bend the shielding up. So yeah, it's looking good. The board's cleaned up really nice, as you can probably tell. What I'm probably going to do before I put it back together, because I'm pretty confident that that was the issue, what I think's happened is that the liquid that's come into contact here is basically took out this capacitor, and maybe somewhere down the line it's took out that one too. I mean, I don't know, it's just a guess, but definitely that one's definitely gone by the liquid there. So yeah, okay guys, I'll be back in a sec. Sorry guys, I meant to have said in that last clip that I'm pretty confident that those capacitors were the issue. So what I'm going to do is, before I put it all back together, is I'm going to give it a wash. That's what I meant to have said. I've just reviewed back what I said, and I was like, I forgot to say I was going to give it a wash. Yeah, you can see here now that I've took out the metal casing. Underneath the metal casing, signs of liquid. Underneath the casing, underneath the RF shield, sorry, on the case, signs of liquid. It's definitely a hot chocolate or a coffee drink, or maybe a milkshake. I don't know, but it's definitely brown. Okay, guys, so I'll be back in a sec. Okay, guys, back again. Change those resistors. Put it all back together. Give it a good clean. Looks a lot better. There's some scuffs and stuff on the actual console though that I can't get out, which is a bit of a bummer, but generally looking pretty good. So here we go, first power on. No blow up. Okay, let's try again. Detoner here, so we'll just stick that in. No crash. Looking pretty good. Yes, get in. Another retro console saved. Well chuffed with that. Should be alright, I'll wait till it gets in there. So yeah, it just seems like it was water damage caused by those two resistors, and it seems to be working spot on there. Brilliant, well chuffed. I thought this was going to be another one for the bin, but obviously not. Yeah, that all seems to be working fine.
Gentlemen, start your...
Well, happy with that. So stay tuned for another eBay repair or console repair that I'll be putting up shortly.